Okay, so here we have further factorization. Now, whenever you have four terms, then check and see if there's anything common. And I don't see that I've got anything common in all four terms, but then we usually factorize by grouping. So we look for pairs that have got something common. In this first pair here, I've got an A that's common, and I'm left with a P plus Q in brackets. And the second one, I've got a B that's common. I'm left with a P plus Q. And then I have to, obviously I've got a P plus Q common now in both, so I can take out that P plus Q and I'm left with an A plus B. So this is your factorizing by grouping. In the second one over here, I've got two terms and I've got a negative sign, so I'm thinking of a difference of two squares, but 1832, not a perfect square. But when I look at it carefully, I can see that I can take out a common factor, and this is something that you always need to look to do first. So in both of them, I've got 18 and I've got 32. I can take out a 2 out of both of them. So I can take out a 2. I can also take out a p. And I'm left with 9a squared minus 16b squared. Now there we've got a difference of two squares, so I can therefore factorize even further. 3a minus 4b, 3a plus 4b. Okay, so we've got a difference of two squares which I can use there. You always want to try and factorize fully, factorize as far as you can. For question C here, I've got 20ax squared minus 70ax minus 40a. And again, when I look at it, I always need to check, is there a common factor? I can see that I can definitely take out a 10, and there's an a in each one, so I can take out an a. And so I'm left with 2x squared minus 7x minus 4, like that. And now here I've got to do my usual method. I'm going to just do it quickly, but here you'll do the method that I used before. You're going to get a 2x there, and you'll get an x, and we would get a 2x times 4, and you get probably a negative 1 there, and actually a negative 1 there, and a plus 1, like that. I think that will work. Alright, I could just do that just from looking at it. You probably would need to use other method. You can, if you get good, you can just be able to see them, because 2x times x is giving me my 2x squared. 1 times negative 4 gives me my negative 4, and then 2x times negative 4 gives me negative 8, plus the x, 1 times x gives me my negative 7. So there I factorized it there. Okay, going down the page into the next one here. Now we have to simplify. Now again, this factorization is very important. So we always factorize first. Remember, factorize first. Alright, so here, see, I can take out an a at the top, and I'm left with an m plus an n over an m plus an n. Those can cancel out, and I'm left with an a. This one over here, again, I can take out a 3y, and I'm left with 2y minus 1 over 2y minus 1, and so then I can cancel that out, and I'm left with 3y. This one here, I can take out a 4a at the top, and I'm left with 2x plus 1. And in this one, I can take out an x squared, and I'm left with 2x plus 1. And now I can cancel them out, and I'm left with 4a over x squared. Alright, so the important thing always is to factorize first. Only when you've got this thing multiplying by that can you then cancel, and it's pretty straightforward from then. Going further here, if I go down the page here, I've got let me just do these two. Similar sort of situation. Here I'm going to factorize first. This is a squared minus b squared. I can write that as a minus b, a plus b over a plus b. Can cancel out, and I'm left with an a minus b. Here I can take out a common factor of 3b there, and I'm left with a b minus 2. And underneath here I've got a b squared minus 4. I can write that as b minus 2, b plus 2. And no, I can't cancel that one. I can cancel that one. So I'm left with 3b over b plus 2. This is not cancelled. Okay, so again, the factorizing first is really important before you simplify. Going down to these over here, again the same thing, factorizing first. So my top one, I would think of two numbers, they multiply together equal 1, add up together equal 2, it's 1 and 1. So I have x squared plus, sorry, not x squared, just x plus 1. Just to clear that off, erase that. And you've got an x plus 1, that's that factorized over x plus 1. One of those x plus 1s can cancel out and you're left with an x plus 1. Same thing here. Think of two numbers that multiply together to equal negative 2 and add together to equal 1. That is going to be a plus 2, a minus 1. That will be the factor of that. Bottom one is difference of two squares, a minus 1, a plus 1. And our a minus 1's cancel, and you're left with a plus 2 over a plus 1. Just remember, you can't go any further. That's as far as you can go. You can't cancel out these a's because that a plus 1 is dividing into both the a and the 2. Going on to c. Again, we're going to factorize. Hopefully you've got this right now. This is going to be this will be t minus 5 t plus 2 at the top. And here you're going to get t minus 5, t minus 3. That will be your factors of that. Those will cancel out, and you're left with t plus 2 over t minus 3. If any of you need any further instruction on how I got those factorization, please come and see me or look at the previous video. Okay, let's go down a little bit further. Maybe I can do one more here. Now these are all multiplication, these are all simpler, and so there shouldn't be too much of a problem with these. Because the multiplication, you can just straight away go and cancel. The x will cancel, 2 will go into all of these. Just remember you've got 1 over 2. Don't forget that 1 at the top. Here you're going to get your d goes into one of those d's. This is actually a dd, so it cancels. And here you can have 4 goes into that 3 times and 4 goes into that twice. So you're left with d 2d over 3. That's correct, hopefully. Just check this out, make sure I don't make a mistake. Here, because you've got to divide, you can write it like this. W to the 6 over 16 times, and you invert this. W to the 4. So here we have that 4 will go into that 4 times and 4 will go to that 3 times. Here you've got w to the 6 divided by w to the 4. It's going to be w to the 2 to the power of 2. And you'll still be left with your 3 there and your 4 at the bottom. So we'll have that there. Okay,